What up, YouTube? I am Pixelated Pete, and welcome to My 2 Bits, the show that I present a subject to you and offer you my 2 bits. And if you want to contribute to the conversation, you can always add something in the comments section below. Alright. So, today's episode, by hook or by crook. Now, it was recently announced last week that Rainmaker Entertainment, the people that brought us the series reboot, who are bringing us the Ratchet & Clank film in 2015, they announced one more big project, coming to the silver screen in 2016, Sly Cooper. Now, why am I doing this episode? Because on February 5th of 2013, Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, debuted on the PlayStation 3 with cross-platform gaming on the PS Vita. So, in honor of the announcement of the film and the game's 1-year anniversary, I've decided to do another Who versus Who. So, people at Death Battle, if you guys are paying attention, well, here's another freebie for you. Today we pit Sly Cooper versus another famous thief and his group. Now, the entire time I was playing Sly Cooper, I kept thinking to myself, this series kind of reminds me of Lupin the Third. So, that's right. We have Sly Cooper and his gang versus Lupin the Third and his gang. And the question is, who is the better group of thieves? Or, I guess, in Sly's case, band of thieves. Let's now go to the comparison charts and see who will win this round of My 2 Bits. Alright, let's get this party started. Now, let us figure out how these competitors stack up. First off, age equals experience, so who's been around the longest? Well, the clear-cut winner in this category is Lupin the Third. He first made his debut in 1967, while Sly only appeared in 2002, so Lupin III and his gang, they show up first to the fight. But while Lupin may have age on his side, let's cut to who has the more real-world renowned presence. And that would be Sly Cooper and his gang. Sly may be younger, but he was born in the age of information and video games and the internet. So Sly Cooper is a little more world-renowned. So while Lupin's been around for longer, Sly has the edge on him in this category. Alright, so then I was thinking, who has the better family lineage? Lupin III or Sly Cooper? Well, I figured, based on the results from Thieves in Time, we know that the Cooper clan goes all the way back to the caveman era, so Sly's family has been around for many millennia, so Sly Cooper has the best family lineage. But what of Lupin III and his lineage? Well, he's a fake character, his father is a fake character, and we know for a fact that his grandfather, Arsène Lupin I, is a fake character. But that fake character first appeared in a real book in 1905, so for real-world family lineage, I gotta give the award to Lupin III. Alright, now we've gotten age out of the way and world-renowned legacies under control. There's something I wanted to figure out. A thief is only as good as his tools, so who has the best gadgets? Now, Sly, on the one hand, he's had the cane, which has been a symbolic tool used by his family for generations and generations. In fact, even in the second game, it was able to be modified into two smaller canes to be used for ice climbing. And also in Sly Cooper 2, Bentley proved to be the demolitions expert by coming up with special kinds of bombs and special crossbow ammunition. And as for their van, they even have the ability to travel through time. Now, as for Lupin, since he was created in the 60s, the laws of physics and reality are a little more flexible back then. Like, they've had some pretty advanced stuff for that time. Like, they had these special rocket roller skate missiles that they had your DNA, they could track you forever. or they had full body suits where you could put it on and it would perfectly be able to fool anybody into thinking that you were somebody else, like 2 or 3 times over. Or like pills, if you could get someone to swallow it, they wouldn't be able to tell a lie without breathing fire. So, yeah, the Lupin series, it's had some pretty interesting gadgets, which were pretty futuristic for the time being. So, as for gadgets, I gotta give the award to both Lupin and Sly. This was a tie, so good job, guys. So yeah, pretty interesting with the gadgets there. Now, both of these characters have appeared in video games. So the question I propose to you is, which character has been in the most games released here in the United States of America? Well, the winner of that category goes to Sly Cooper and his gang, with a whopping total of 4 video games. Now, Lupin III, he's had more games than that, but he's only had 1 game released here in the U.S. Lupin III, Treasure of the Sorcerer King. Now, 1 good game does not make up for the lack of any more, because Sly Cooper, he's had 4 games, and all 4 have been good. So, yeah. Now, while both have been in video games, both these characters have been in more than just that one media. So, who is the king of the multimedia? The easy answer is Lupin III. Lupin, one of the benefits of being around since 1967 is he first started out as a manga character, but then he got his own TV show. He's been in movies. He's been in a live-action play. He has figurines, and of course the video game category. So yeah, he's been around longer, so he's had a chance to get his fingerprints on a lot more than Sly has. So good job, Mr. Lupin. And another form of multimedia is music. Which one of these characters has the best music associated with them? Now I had to think long and hard about this one because on the one hand you have jazz and you have various other music components that are known for Lupin, especially the opening theme. I just love that theme. And as for Sly, he based on whatever level or zone he's in, the music changes drastically. Also with whomever he is fighting, the conditions between stealth and combat, and of course, the plucking of a bass string when he is sneaking behind a guard or along a narrow edge. Boom, 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 boom. So to that, I say both of these guys win the music category. It's a tie. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Now, another question I was thinking about is, now I knew Sly was somehow similar to Lupin III, but I noticed this. I was thinking, okay, so basically I think that in the family-friendly category, the winner of this is clearly Sly, because, well, it is a cartoon and it has cartoon mischief, but now Lupin, the original Lupin, Arsène Lupin, he was a gentleman thief. He acted polite and all that, but over the years, the polite gene must have been washed out, because by Lupin III, let's see, there's a lot of it's more of older teen to adult, because let's see, there are some features of nudity, there's swearing, drinking, shooting, a lot of violence, and Lupin, he thinks himself a ladies' man, but basically he's just, I think it's lecherous is the term that best describes Lupin. Yeah, so while both these guys are thieves, at least Sly Cooper is more family-friendly and probably would be enjoyable not just to kids, but to everyone of all ages, while Lupin, he's more for the older teenagers, young adults. And speaking of the ladies, each guy has a femme fatale. That one woman in their life that they can't have but they want to have. And I'd say the winner of that category is FUJIKO Mine, the lovely lady desire of Lupin III. In fact, she is so much of a femme fatale that after several years of there being no new episodes whatsoever, for Lupin III, there was an entire series recently dedicated to the backstory of FUJIKO Mine before she officially... all the events take place before the first series on TV, but this was made recently, so I gotta give props to FUJIKO Mine. The other female is Officer Carmelita Montoya Fox. So she is the object of desire for Sly Cooper, but ironically speaking, she is the police officer that has been pursuing him ever since the first game. So speaking of that, who is the best police officer for both of these gangs to be chased by? So we just introduced to Carmelita Montoya Fox. She's a member of Interpol, whose sole purpose in life is to catch and put behind bars Sly Cooper and his gang. And in a very similar aspect is Inspector Zenigata. His goal in life is to put Lupin III away. He's not too much interested in Lupin's associates Goemon and Jigen. His main target is Lupin. It's kind of his whole point in life. And even it's funny because he hopes that if Lupin does, because he and Lupin have a very special bond. Their bond is that he tries to catch Lupin, but both agree to try to not kill each other. And when Lupin was actually incarcerated, Zenigata was just sitting around twiddling his thumbs and not doing much else and pretty much bored out of his mind. So for whoever the best police officer is, I have to say it's a tie, as both are Interpol, both have access to all the places that both these guys go. It's pretty much their mission in life to try to catch them. And now for a very important topic, on the topic of who has the best, of both of these Interpol officers, who has the best voice. Now, like I said, both these guys have been chased by Interpol officers, and both have been voiced by multiple people, so which officer has the best voice? For Lupin III's Inspector Zenigata, he's been voiced for the English version by 8 different actors. And for Carmelita Fox from the Sly Cooper series, she's been voiced by 4 different voice actors also. The inconsistency is annoying. Now, I have to give the award for best voice to Officer Inspector Zenigata. Now, it's not because he's had the most voice actors. No, that's the thing we want to put down. If you're going to hire actors, actresses, or voice actors to be on a show or a project, you want to try to keep the same actor for consistency throughout the series. Otherwise, it just gets weird sounding. They should have found a voice and stuck with it, or if they had to change in the second episode, at least keep the same actress on. I mean, or is this some kind of joke? I mean, is this how the series goes, how Carmelita's voice is constantly changing? Ugh. But anyway, I have to give this award because the first time I saw Lupin III and Inspector Zenigata, that was the voice I heard. It fit perfectly. It was funny based on the way it sounded and going with how angry Zenigata was looking and acting. And then when I got Lupin III, Treasure of the Sorcerer King, it was officially and fully licensed, and it had all the original voice actors. It sounded like him. It crossed over perfectly because it was the same guy. So I was like, yeah, so I gotta give this to Inspector Zenigata since I've been seeing him from the second series of Lupin III. Yeah, because like I said, with Carmelita Fox, pick a voice actress and stick with her, please. Okay, glad we got that out of the way. Now, as I said earlier, the gadgets help make the thief, but when you don't have gadgets, sometimes it just boils down to good old-fashioned skill. So, which gang has the best skills? Now, for one thing, you have Lupin's gang. Lupin is a master thief, able to disguise himself, change his voice, and pretty much steal anything. Jigen is a crack shot, and Goemon is able to slice anything, and I mean anything, in half with his sword. And all three are on the same wavelength of coming up with strategies and plans. So it's pretty awesome how they're all able to work together and think along the same lines of how to pull off the big heist. And in the Sly Cooper gang, Sly is the master of disguise. Of course, so are his cohorts. Using only a cane, he's able to pickpocket villains and is able to navigate treacherous terrain. Bentley is the computer genius and is also the demolition expert and pretty good with a crossbow. And Murray, or by the second game as he is known as the Murray, is the wheelman and the unquestionable muscle of the group. So So both gangs have all their members bringing something to the table. So I'd say all of them are equally apt in the skills department. So they all win in this category. So while their skills are their greatest strengths, they also share the same weakness. What happens if one or two members of the group are gone? Seriously, they can probably fend off for themselves for a little bit, but without the help of their teammates, everyone's in deep trouble. Sure, with Lupin and his gang, they all think alike for a heist, but if they all get separated or unable to communicate, or if they're isolated without their equipment, they're in trouble. Same for Sly Cooper. Bentley is the brains, but he's not. But you wouldn't exactly use him in a fight against someone the size of the Empire State Building. Murray is strong, but if he required a computer hacking ability, he would not be able to do that. And without the Murray and Bentley to help him figure out what to do, Sly would be in trouble. So while all three of them of each group have their strengths, when separated, they are at a weakness. So that's an award I don't think none of these guys wanted to win. Sorry, guys. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is how each characters are iconic in their own ways. But if you were to show me maybe one piece of their equipment or something, all right, so for Lupin, he is most iconically known for his jacket. Depending on the color is what the season is. Green was first season, red was second, pink was third. Now, unfortunately, there was a show. There was another anime where one of the characters openly and purposefully dresses like Lupin the Third. So if you were to show me the red jacket, I wouldn't be sure if it's Lupin or if it's some other character from a different anime. Now, Sly, on the other hand, he is most iconically recognized for his little his Cooper calling cards, or for the Cooper cane. So for character icon, I'd have to say Sly is the clear-cut winner in this category. Now, sometimes, of course, when the heist goes awry, you have to, and stealth is not an option. You have to go for good old-fashioned combat. But who would be better in combat? I'd say the winner for this category goes to Lupin the Third. Sure, Sly is great with his cane and able to take out a guy from behind, but when he's being chased by multiple foes, then he has to rely on stealth and escape. The Murray is pretty good in hand-to-hand combat, but he could get overwhelmed by the numbers. And Bentley, he is the brains, so he could hold himself for maybe a little bit with some diversion and other tactics, but Lupin the Third, all three of these guys are bred for combat. Two of the members are gun wielding, and the third member is a proficient swordsman and also good in hand-to-hand combat. So I'd say the Lupin gang is good in that category. Now, the perfect heist, it can take place anywhere. On a plane, the side of a mountain, deep in the jungle, a mad scientist laboratory, you name it. It's all about location. But which series has the best location? For me, I'd say the winner of this category is Sly Cooper. He's traveled, like I said, to jungles, cities, islands. In fact, and thanks to the fourth game, he has even traveled back in time. I have yet to see Lupin the Third actually travel through time. Yet. But he's been to a variety of interesting places. He's been on cruise ships. He's been to big cities. He's been in jungles. But, yeah, I say time travel trumps any place else, so way to go, Sly. Now, both these series have their iconic characters. You have your iconic police officers, your iconic femme fatales, and the iconic main characters with their iconic gang members. But what other characters are there? Who has the most recognizable characters? I'd have to say the winner of that category is Sly Cooper. Sly started out with him and his three friends and the one police officer. They had to defeat the Big Five. Then came the second game. Had to defeat the Claw Gang with a recurring cop, recurring main three heroes, and one recurring villain. Third game. Yeah, it's great. Ever since the second game, we've been seeing elements of characters from previous games show up. Yet at the same time, they've been able to integrate their new characters along with the old ones. So I like the way that's been working out. As for Lupin, he's had to face mob bosses, gang leaders, and he has the occasional repeat villain, not counting Zenigata. So yeah. But then that presents... Villain. That presents the last category. Thief targets. Both these men are thieves, but they have slightly different goals. Sly Cooper is a professional thief. He is so good that stealing from ordinary people is not that much of a challenge for him. For him, the challenge is in finding another thief and stealing from them, taking their treasure and getting away with it. But he's also been shown to maybe steal the occasional trinket from someone else every once in a while. Whether or not that person was legit on the level or also a thief, that's in question sometimes. The opposite theory applies to Lupin. Lupin is a thief who will steal anything from anyone at any given time. Though every once in a while he will steal from a rival gang just to prove a point or to keep them in line or to punish them if they've made a transgression against him. But it is noted that if there is a bigger threat, like a bomb to destroy a country or someone's about to commit murder, he will go out of his way to try to stop that person also. Also, if there's a chance that he could get a reward, like financially or a lovely lady. And in this situation, sometimes he even teams up with Zenigata to make sure that the person is brought to justice. Same thing for Sly. He's after he beats a bad guy, he leaves him there for Carmelita to swoop in and take all the credit for arresting the guy who was somehow beat up really badly by the time they got there. So, both in the category of targets, both of these gentlemen come out on top. So yeah, after looking at all this data, I can only come to the conclusion that the winner of this round is Sly Cooper. Well, there you have it, folks. The man with the plan is actually the raccoon. And like the title of this episode said, by hook or by crook, it is somewhat appropriately fitting that we crown Sly Cooper the King of Thieves. And here be a small spoiler alert, so be ready until you see the sign that says it's all clear. Okay, for those of you who are in the know, or want to be, the supposed title for the 5th Sly Cooper game is Sly Cooper Master Thieves, or Master of Thieves. So, this award is somewhat appropriately fitting. Alright, welcome back for those of you who turned down your sound, but I think you can kind of figure out what I was mouthing and hand gesturing. So yeah, congratulations to Sly Cooper. I look forward to the film. I know people are on the fence about the way the film looks, but hey, we have 2 years. That may have just been a pilot teaser just to get our attention. Or if they change it up, well, hey, you know how some stuff changes over time. Besides, these guys have been doing the video game console for years. They're due for a change of pace. So, let's give them a hand. Give a hand to Sly Cooper. Alright. Okay, until next time, this has been your host, Pixelated Pete, saying thank you for watching my 2 bits. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.